Hello and welcome back to Popcorn Chat. I hope you guys are doing well. In this video, I'm speaking to you about Netflix's latest Christmas release, Falling for Christmas. So one of the things that stood out to me with this film was the cast. You know, we've got two great leads. We've got Lindsay Lohan returning to acting, and we have Chord Overstreet, who we all know from Glee, if you watch Glee. So I was pretty much drawn in from the cast. I knew it's going to be a cheesy film, and I was definitely right with that. So Lindsay Lohan plays this heiress to a hotel company, and she gets engaged to her boyfriend, who's this sort of social media influencer. And as she's getting engaged, she falls off a cliff on the ski slope and she loses her memory and is picked up by Chord Overstreet's character. And, you know, inevitably there's a romance that starts there, and we follow that sort of journey. She sort of, you know, finds what she likes as a person and does sort of day-to-day jobs that she wouldn't do as an heiress. So yeah, it's very much stereotypical story. We've seen it again and again. But yeah, I think a lot of people like this one. So when I first saw the trailer for this film, it definitely screamed Hallmark Christmas film. And that's very much true. I just think it has a bit of a bigger budget and is able to get in some bigger names as the leads. Whereas a typical Hallmark film maybe doesn't have those sort of as well-established, recognisable actors. I know my mum is partial to a Christmas film throughout the year. You know, we have those channels that show Christmas films 365 days a year. So she's always watching those, or, you know, sort of the Channel 5 sort of low budget kind of films. So if you're into that, which I know a lot of people are, I think you're going to like this one. But for me, it's just that Hallmark cheesy Christmas film. So it's not all doom and gloom. There are some fun bits in this film. For example, Lindsay Lohan is in a car and she starts singing Jingle Bell Rocks. And I'm sure if you're a Lindsay Lohan fan and you've seen Mean Girls, that was a nice little nod back to that film that I'm sure many fans were sort of happy to see. Obviously, she wasn't dancing like how she was in Mean Girls, but she has a little sing-song in the car, and I liked that. The character that Lindsay Lohan plays, Sierra, she is an heiress to a hotel owner, and instantly, as soon as I found that, I was like, that's definitely a dig at Paris Hilton. So, you know, I think she's definitely had a lot of sort of involvement, maybe in sort of the scripts or a few little things in there to make it sort of personal to her as a person. And yeah, I thought it was a nice little character thing. I do think the child actress who plays Chord Overstreet's daughter in this does a pretty good job. She was in The Heights as well, so I think she does really well for a child actor. I think she sort of plays her part really well in this. Besides the film just being cheesy in general, I do think that Lindsay Lohan and Chord Overstreet don't have the best on-screen chemistry. It doesn't seem too natural and it feels a little bit awkward at some points, which is unusual because they seem to get on well in sort of what you see in the bloopers at the end and sort of an interview that I've seen. They seem to get on fairly well, but it doesn't transfer onto screen in the character. So that kind of drew me out as well. There is a scene within the film where it references Netflix, and it just made me cringe so hard when she just turns on the TV, Netflix, and you heard the noise. I was like, oh no, why do they do this in their films? Overall, I thought this film was okay, but it's not my sort of film at all. There's definitely a target audience out there, maybe, you know, like my mum. There's lots of people that would like this film and are happy to just watch, you know, a romance film and just get lost in it and not get sort of caught up in the sort of the bad CGI or the sort of practical elements or, you know, the cheesiness of it. Some people just like to take it at face value. But for me, I couldn't get past that, you know. I was sort of picking apart little things. So it didn't work for me, but there's definitely people out there. So it didn't work for me, but I definitely think this will work for some people. This film wasn't great, but, you know, we're here to support Lindsay Lohan as she ventures back into acting. But I'm going to have to give it 1.5 stars out of 5. Thank you very much for watching my review of Falling for Christmas. If you've seen it already, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'd love to check that out. Or maybe it's something you're saving to a bit closer towards Christmas in December. I think this will be a great film to just watch, maybe on a Sunday afternoon, and just have a nice hot chocolate, and it'll definitely get you in the Christmas spirit, I think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon for another Popcorn Chat.